Bobby Reed. Bobby Reed. Screamer.
Sorry, right.
We just the points came up and we just had to just add to the points because
yeah man, I'm a good man. Probably not some attack.
Whoa, but Maggie would have need
Show my Nicholson.
Wait. It all started from Maggie.
Right here on Ryan Sports Classic. Welcome to our World Cup coverage. We will be covering all games, match day predictions, squad reactions, injury news, all that kind of stuff. But the World Cup this year in Qatar, we will be covering it all here on Ryan Sports Classic. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and here we go. Come on! Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the World Cup Roundup Shows, episode number 3. We haven't done one of these in a little while, and I thought we'd bring it back. No Ryan tonight. Ryan is a little bit busy. So we've got some different guests on tonight. We got Mr. First off, look at all the results. A lot of shocks tonight. Canada getting out to the World Cup. Belgium, again, dross football. It's going to be very interesting. I don't know where Sebastian's disappeared, but where are you, Ryan? There he is.
There
Mr.
we go.
Ryan.
There we go.
How are you feeling after that embarrassing L, which is the only L I'm going to say? That's the only L.
It doesn't feel good, I will say. But it's a good experience for 2026. It builds on for this team. They played some good football up until about the 20th minute of the first half. And then they just started to get ran around the pitch by Croatia, and that midfield got locked up. As soon as Croatia started scoring, Canada just got locked up in the midfield, and they tried to play through balls. They didn't really go through the left side, which is the weaker side of Croatia's defense. But Canada, they fought. I don't think the football was as good in this game as it was against Belgium overall. I think it was definitely a stake to the heart, but I think the moment got to them. It hurts to see them get knocked out, but they could still build something off of the Morocco
100%. And now we've got the man who's neither countries are in the World Cup, and he keeps flip-flopping like a flip-flop. And he's getting a new microphone finally. It's Sebastian.
Yeah, the 9th of December, so that's pretty. That's what I'm waiting for.
I'm happy you're gonna finally get your new microphone. Finally, no more Ryan telling you off.
Yeah, and then Ryan LFC said a webcam so I can get more handsome. I know he means that. I know he wants me to be handsome, but not as handsome as Ryan. Right? A little bit better.
Look at that Ryan today. He had his full afro out. Like I was like, you didn't even know you had the hair like that. But in all honesty, I think we should look at the first result tonight, which probably was the most shock of me for was Costa Rica, who had no shots on target versus Spain. They had none of the ball. Like they had 81% Spain versus Costa Rica. Costa Rica were the worst team in the tournament. They're not the worst team in the tournament because Qatar still haven't won. Well, Costa Rica have. Ryan, tell me what you thought about Costa Rica. Japan 0, Costa Rica 1.
This one shocked me, I have to say. I thought Japan was a pretty good team in this tournament. I thought they played well against Germany. But Costa Rica, they still got that fight. They still got that dog in them. Even though they got absolutely battered by Spain, they come back the next game and ruin Project Blue Lock. It's honestly sort of crazy what I saw there. Costa Rica gets one, and then Japan just doesn't answer, and it's absolutely surprising, honestly. But it's the year of World Cup shocks, honestly. So with that being said, Costa Rica opened up that group. Costa Rica pulling that win off, doing what they normally do, pulling upsets in World Cups that you really don't expect, and being that team that just fights on their high noon at the saloon final run with their golden generation. It's not surprising, but I didn't expect it to be Japan. I did not expect Japan to be the one they pulled that result off on. And honestly, I don't expect it to be Germany either. I thought it would have actually been Spain, but turns out it was the opposite.
I can tell you for one thing, Ryan is going to be praying tonight. So thank you to the gods. Because if it wasn't for that result, Germany would be out.
Yeah.
So saved. Absolutely saved. Sebastian, what was your thoughts on that game?
Well, I think Japan made I think this game was the mistake that Moriyasu made, that they lost. It was his fault. I think he should have started Ito and Mitoma, because when they play, Japan is a different beast. Like Costa Rica defending the whole match, first shot on goal, 1-0, and it's no shock from Costa Rica. They defend for their lives, and then they try to score from one simple shot and win the game. Like, I think Costa Rica, they defended very well. I think they deserve this victory, and I hope to see Costa Rica going through, because they wasn't in the 2018 World Cup, I believe.
No, they were there. They just got beat up a lot.
Yeah, it's true. You forget because they get beaten a lot.
Yeah.
And then USA 2014, the run they have. It would be amazing to see them doing this time around, a run like that. But, we never know. Japan and Costa Rica, they might go through. We never know with Spain.
Come on, Costa Rica. Make Ryan cry.
Come on, Japan and Costa Rica. Come on.
Come on. We're winning a stream where I could just put a picture of Ryan and just put L on it.
Well, you already did that once.
No, that was quite funny.
I think Japan, key for them to beat Spain. I think they should have played like versus
This man does not understand. He put on Minamino, Mitoma, all these players and beat Germany. Like, do you know what? I'm going to not start them again. They were your best players and got you the win. Why not just start them?
He should start the best players. If he starts the best players for Spain, it will be very, very tasty.
Like, I think if he plays...
Marcel, I've already got your tears here, bro. I've already got your tears here, Marcel.
Honestly, if that happens...
He's joking.
If that happens, if France versus England happens, allez les bleus.
Nah. France is going to eat them with Mbappe.
I'm sorry, bro. Dembele is going to send Maguire back up to United.
Mbappe.
Both of them. But anyway, we're not going to talk about England tonight because we're not going to talk about, them kind of even beating USA. So, but we'll move on to the next game because we talked about Japan. Let me just get the next game off my computer. Do you apologize about that? Here we go. Next game, probably another one. Bro, I didn't predict this score. I thought Belgium were going to win. But on the way they played against Canada, there was one point where they played it against a better team, they were going to get absolutely punished. And they got punished. And I've got to say, I'm sorry, but Kevin De Bruyne, when he's not at Man City, he does not turn up, in my opinion. And also, their team is so old. Like, why play Witsel? Why not Tielemans and that? And the defense is so old. Their front three, but Eden Hazard is finished. Why does he start?
Yeah,
he's finished.
That's sad.
Belgium are absolutely finished, and I think they will go out in the group stages. Talk to me, Ryan.
Here's the thing about Belgium. Roberto Martinez is the most fraudulent international manager probably ever. Probably up there with Sven Goran Eriksson. Roberto Martinez is the only reason Belgium did not win in 2018. If they had anybody better, they probably would have won in 2018.
Marcel, don't talk to me like that,
Flip flop.
Only Jersey boy is allowed to talk about my teams and that shit, not you. Because England, you think Marcel probably will think Jamaica will beat France. This is the problem. He probably thinks that.
I mean,
No, in honestly,
France
England.
can eat
Listen,
England
listen.
alive.
England could do well in this World Cup, but I was not impressed by USA game. USA should have won that game 1 or 2-0. Honestly.
Euro versus USA, and he basically mocks me for my team not being in the World Cup. Man, Sweden would
But
have
to
beat
be fair, Sebastian, Sweden are in the World Cup, so.
Yeah, I know. But do people have to say that every single time? I know. I don't even care. This is the
No,
for me.
not so
World Cup.
joyful. I don't drink alcohol on a special occasion. You telling me I'm drunk? Hell no. What did I say wrong? And in all seriousness, listen, I agree with you, Ryan. Like this guy, he's such a negative manager. Seriously, like it's so bad that you've got Kevin De Bruyne, your captain, on TV going, "We're no chance of winning the World Cup. We're too old." Because your own captain saying that, if your own captain saying that, then you're doomed.
yeah.
So for me, Belgium are awful.
Yeah.
Hakim Ziyech, it's crazy how there's Chelsea players who are, when Chelsea in the Premier League, they don't turn up. But when it's the World Cup, they're like, oh, we're going to turn up now.
Yep. I mean, I'm happy to see it, but I know as soon as they get back to Cobham, they're going to suck again.
Yep. Sebastian, talk to me about the Belgium forwards.
I think Morocco should have won.
Yeah,
this.
Rich Pro, you can join us. Ryan sent you the link, and I can just put it in the chat if you want to join Rich Pro.
Yeah, like I think Morocco should have won this like 4-0. I think they were absolutely dominant this game. If it wasn't for Courtois, it would have been like 4-0 something. No disrespect to Manuel, but this team is overall. This team, it's very good. Ziyech, what a player. Hakimi, what a player. I saw he was a bit injured or something like that when he came off, I believe. Hopefully it's not that bad, because he's probably the best right back in the world, behind Trent, of course. I think, and obviously the goalkeeper Bruno, who sang the national team anthem, and then he disappeared. I don't know what happened, but it was rumors that he fainted, and then the backup goalkeeper had to step in and play, something like that.
I've never seen a scratch that quick, I have to say.
The commentators actually in Sweden here, they actually thought Bruno was the goalkeeper, and the commentator didn't realize until like the 40th minute or something. It's crazy.
Well, to be honest, that's understandable. If literally, I've never seen the game. Normally, when they do last minute switch, it's like a warm up. I've never seen them in the national anthem, everything, and then you realize the keeper's not playing.
I think Morocco.
He must have been serious.
Yeah.
I think in Morocco, if they wins the group, they get either Japan, Costa Rica, or Germany.
Yeah.
I think they could beat them all. I'm not kidding. I think Morocco could be a dark horse.
Morocco.
Yeah, I could see it.
I know people are saying Denmark and Serbia are the real deal, but in my opinion, Morocco is the real deal under this new manager. I know there's something about bold managers and coaching a team. Like
Ten Hag, Pep Guardiola.
Yeah.
Hey, Ten Hag doesn't deserve to be in that conversation.
No, not yet.
PT manager.
Don't say the name Chris Armas or Bob Bradley, because if you do, they both suck.
I don't like that guy.
Chris
Thank God Sultan shushed him when he was at Galaxy. Thank God. I think Morocco, I think they will win this group, and I think they are a team that if you take them lightly, they will punish you.
I don't think they will win the group. I've got Croatia winning the group.
Yeah,
Ooh.
Croatia.
I think Croatia will be Belgium, and I think Croatia will win the group.
Let's see what happens though. Morocco.
Croatia-Morocco, hopefully. Croatia-Morocco.
But the weirdest thing that happened today was the anthem thing, And
That was
obviously
really
Belgium,
strange.
I think they're absolutely awful. I think the older players, they are old, as Kevin De Bruyne said. Also, I think Vertonghen or Alderweireld said something. I think it was Vertonghen who said the attack is too old. Like, it's quote to De Bruyne or something. Vertonghen said, the reason we did not score is because the attack is too old or something, I think he said.
It's so true that they're like all 30 plus years old, except
This is
Vertonghen.
true, but you don't throw your teammates under the bus. I have a problem with what Vertonghen said. You don't throw your teammates under the bus. I know Belgium is shit right now. I know y'all getting on the wrong side of 30, but you shouldn't throw half of your team under the bus.
And
Besides, who let in 2 goals?
Very true, Vertonghen.
I think Roberto Martinez, how does he get these jobs?
He is a
He's awful.
bum manager. That guy has to be.
Greg
He
Berhalter
is.
is
Wait,
better.
no. He is the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer of national.
The thing about Roberto Martinez is he's living off that FA Cup with Wigan. That's all he's living off of.
Yeah.
And a 3rd place with Belgium at the World Cup. That's all he's living off of. He needs to go be a pundit on Paramount Plus again. Even though Micah Richards is better.
You know what? I think Thierry Henry should be the Belgium coach.
He didn't do good at
He
Montreal
needs his
Impact. He
badges.
did not do good at Montreal Impact. He should not be coaching a national
It's
team.
them.
It's too early for that. He should start properly coaching another team and actually he can manage a team first.
He was bad in Monaco. He was bad in Montreal. Why should he coach a national team?
So people want Gerrard to be the manager. Bro, Gerrard was not good at Villa. Why should he be manager? In all seriousness, we're not going to move on to your team, Ryan. Talk to me.
That game was painful, especially after the 20th minute. When Croatia started locking down that midfield, playing balls forward, pressing, it was pretty much done and dusted. That offside goal should have been the obvious warning shot that something was about to go south. Canada scored early. Good goal by Davies. Good assist by Tejan. But then after that, Croatia just got all over Canada. They were all over them in midfield. That Croatian midfield is one of the best in the world. All over Canada, locked them down. Defensively, was not really any worry on the left side with Lovren. And then no worries against him or on the left side besides the first goal. And Croatia played very well forward-wise. They had an amazing forward line today. They found a lot, just small pockets of space that were enough to score from. And they made Canada pay because Canada made 4 defensive lapses, 4 defensive mistakes, and put themselves in a position to lose. Because defensively, Canada didn't look great today. They looked like old Canada, pre-World Cup Canada. They were just very, very not in tune with each other. Let's put it like that. They were not in sync. They were not in tune. The whole team, but especially the defense. And you look at the game Canada played, it felt like the moment got to them. They knew that if they lost, they were out. They scored an early goal. They got really happy about it, and then they just let it slip from there. I think the moment got to Canada because they knew they should have beat Belgium or even drawn, but they know they should have won there, and this was going to be the harder match. But it turned out it seemed like it started easier, and I think they sort of felt like, oh, I guess we could just sit back and hold on, and it just started going downhill from there.
100%, and we're not going to invite the Brazil fan, the Reasons boss is here. The Reasons boss is here to talk about...
Guys, could I first say that Marcel is crazy. He thinks England with Maguire, Luke Shaw, Stones and Trippier is gonna outclass France with...
It could happen. There's been so many shocks, but listen, you couldn't beat the USA. Come on. People said we were going to finish the group third. We were going to get World Cup curse. People said everything that. We're the first team to qualify. We won the group, and now we can play a completely changed 11 on Wednesday or Thursday. We could lose 2-0 and still win the group. So we're in good position.
You could play Giroud at the goal versus England and still win.
No, if we play Giroud a goal, then we might get second place because you might get more than 5 goals.
No, I mean you will beat England if you play still.
No, if we play Giroud a goal, England are winning. But Reasons boss, hello sir, how are you doing?
Good evening, Jersey boy. A pleasure as always. Good evening, Ryan. A pleasure to be reunited with you. Full salutes to Canada. Full salutes. What a journey, what a learning experience. We salute and hope that the last game brings full dividends. Heads up, chin up, and full respect. Sebastian.
Marcel is on a rampage. Don't blame me. It's not me.
Sebastian's quite a character. Sebastian, I hear you're putting the word out for a hit on the Seleção tomorrow.
Menace. I'm telling you, he's a big menace guy. This guy, he tells me about Sweden not making the World Cup, but do I really care? It's the football that I want.
Switzerland losing 5-0.
Okay.
Wow, that
anyways,
hurt.
let's move on. France losing to Saudi Arabia, that would be nice.
Saudi Arabia aren't even making out the group.
They are gonna beat Mexico.
Where is Sweden? Where is Sweden? Where is Sweden?
I can stop laughing because I'll get where's Italy jokes.
Hey,
next.
Ryan, you're here, Sebastian.
What
You're
about
gonna
Italy?
accept you're gonna get banned when you tell me I'm gonna lose to Saudi Arabia. Come on. But reasons, boss, you're gonna be really confident in Brazil coming into this game against Switzerland. But what was your thoughts on the game today? And what was your thoughts, especially on Canada getting demolished by Croatia and not going out the World Cup in the group stages?
It was a really funny day today, Jersey boy. It was a funny day. Last night I was on coach's desk discussing the forthcoming games. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I got 2 correct and 2 incorrect. The opening two games, Costa Rica versus Japan. Yep, Ryan, I can see why you're nodding quite so. I mean, simply I said, and most people agree, we agreed by common consent that Japan would get the job done. I personally, based on that second half performance, I called out the Japanese manager. I called out every Japanese player who turned that game around in the second half wonderfully well. That second goal there, the winning effort, has to be a contender for goal of the tournament. Fantastic, absolutely, Ryan. Always a pleasure to see you in the studio. And I couldn't make a viable case for Costa Rica, other than that they would learn if they had team camaraderie and national pride. They'd come again, but limited. Navas, great keeper, and I said it would be him against Japan. That would be the only chance that Costa Rica had of getting anything out of the game. 1 shot, 1 goal. Sometimes you can't make these things up. 1 shot, their first of 2 games, and it's a lovely effort by Fuller. But Japan, I heard what you guys were saying, and I don't know what the manager was thinking. Can we confirm? Is it likely that he was saving his best squad, his best team until the last game against Spain?
That should be if that's not the explanation, I don't know what he was doing.
No clue. I think it has to be that. If not, then the manager's just lost it, because those players won you that game against Germany. What are you going to put them back on the bench for? Makes no sense.
It was, I mean, maybe the team were on a high, were having difficulty coming down. Maybe he was playing the long game, but bearing that in mind, he thought that the Japanese team would have enough for Costa Rica. I thought they'd have enough. They didn't. Disappointing. A little bit. Tell me if you think this is possible. Sometimes the Japanese players, they'll play the little intricate passes, but then end up putting crosses into the box against taller players. Costa Ricans in general were taller than the Japanese players. Do you think that in their mindset, they still haven't fully adjusted to the reality that they are smaller players by and large, and they've got to work on alternative ways of getting into the box and pulling the trigger? Because it was a very immature, amateurish effort. Very disappointing. They had it in their hands. I wanted Japan to create history by winning and solidifying. I mean, it would have been very difficult for them not to qualify had they won that game. and extremely disappointing. I don't see them going through now, but strange things have happened. But very disappointing. That was a golden opportunity. Sometimes you just can't predict these things. Ryan, what was your take on that game?
For me, it was really shocking to see Japan lose to Costa Rica. I thought that Japan could easily handle Costa Rica after that first match Costa Rica had against Spain. I thought Japan were amazing against Germany. I thought they were amazing there, especially in that second half. And I agree that it's absolutely wrong to not keep those players on the pitch and bring them on for this game, because here's the thing. Again, here's the easier game. You have them than Spain. If you want to qualify and you have 6 points, it doesn't matter where you get it. Get the points, take it forward, get to the next round. Don't rest your players for the game that might just be harder. Get the points now, and if you want to rest your players and hope it damage control it in game 3, go ahead. But as long as you get 6 points, you're most likely through, especially in a group like this, where Germany had an opening because of this loss to stay alive. And Spain, I honestly, going a little bit forward, I think Spain honestly should have beat Germany. I think they were slightly better. I think it should have been 3 points for them anyway. But again, Japan could have easily put this group in their hands and moved on and not really had to worry about match day 3, but they chose to put on players, not use the players that got them the win. They chose to just say, hey, we're going to worry about Spain. If we win here, which looking at it before, you would think they should, but they don't. And now they're in a position where they have to win on, I would say, Thursday. So it's questionable the way they tried to pull this game and work the tactics here, but Costa Rica, full marks to them for being the winners of this game. They fought. They always have that heart. They always have the heart. They always have the fight. They always have the dog in them to fight and at least do something memorable in the World Cup, whether it's a good goal, a win, a draw. They're always a spoiler recent times, and they were spoiler today.
I remember them in 2002 in the World Cup. I don't know if you remember as far back as that, when Brazil met Costa Rica, and they somehow managed with one chop and company to get two goals out of Brazil. I believe it was a 5-2. Yes, Ryan. And you know, they do leave something. Today they were hunting in packs. They were you know, from that 7-0 thrashing, they came back from the ashes, the darkest of ashes, and absolutely memorable. I mean, I got the feeling on at the final whistle, they were very proud of themselves and happy, delighted. But there was a sense, I don't know if you agree, that they realized that they're not ultimately going to get out of the group, and they will be exposed. Did you get that feeling, or is there any conceivable chance that they've got hope of getting out of the group as a CONCACAF wonder team?
I think with Costa Rica, they know that this group is going to be a challenge. I don't think they'll get out of the group in the end. I think Japan will find a way to get out of the group, and I think Germany will win against Costa Rica, which would give them 4 points. And if Japan wins against Spain, that would be 4 points, and 6. So one of Germany and Spain will miss. But I just don't see Costa Rica getting out of this group. I think this was their moment to make a statement at this World Cup, but I don't think it's a statement of, are they getting out of the group? It's a statement of, we're fighting till our last moment, till midnight strikes, high noon, because it's their last run, very likely, with this core, with this golden generation. I'm sure they'll make it back in 2026, but that'll be Benet, some of the younger players, Contreras. That'll be their generation. This is the Navas generation, Brian Ruiz, Celso Borges, those players having their last go-around. And I think they wanted to make something out of this. Not exactly get out of the group, but at least make a memory that people can remember, whether it's Costa Rican or worldwide, remember that memory.
Absolutely. Here, Ryan. Well, talking of leaving a mark and a stamp and a memory, what an indelible memory. The picture of a faded boxer over the hill past their best. That was the image that greeted me at the final whistle, way before the final whistle of that second game, the second of the predictions that I got wrong, I confess. I went for a Belgium 1-0 victory. The one, because they've not been firing on all cylinders. The solo goal they got with Batshuayi on the counter against the run of play, against a wonderfully committed Canadian effort. I thought that they'd get the victory. De Bruyne and company would just have that tactical edge and class to get over, and experience to get over the line against what has been a disappointing Moroccan team. But lo and behold, one of the saddest sights thus far in the World Cup for me, this Belgium team, walking around snail's pace. Kevin De Bruyne, gentlemen, viewers and subscribers, I know someone said that Kevin De Bruyne doesn't look like the same player as when he plays for Man City. Can you just give a little insight into Kevin De Bruyne and this Belgium team? What do you make of them? Always overrated? Are they in any way comparable to England, who are always consistently termed as overrated? Which one's the better and which one's the more disappointing over the last few years?
England's the better team by far. Belgium, overrated team. Belgium, wrong manager. They should have better manager. In my opinion, I don't know which manager they should get, but they should get a new manager. Joachim Löw, maybe? Who knows? But it's this Belgium team is not that good, and they have good players, but this team is too old. KDB is soon going to be 31 or 32, finished. Then we have Lukaku, who is nearly 30 or something like that. Garbage. Hazard eats burgers at McDonald's all the time. He's not that good anymore. It's sad to see Hazard falling from what he used to be at Chelsea.
Did you just really say that Hazard has been eating McDonald's or something?
Cut that bit.
I mean,
obviously Courtois, still the best keeper in the world, behind Alisson, in my opinion.
Whoa. We're not on current form.
Okay, not on current form, but
not on current form
overall. But you know, the defense is not that good anymore. Vertonghen out of date. Then also Alderweireld out of date since the Spurs days. I think who's the other centre back? Is it Denier or someone like that?
Van Donker.
Oh yeah, I don't think he's that good enough. Like, this team need a revamp. They need younger players like Onana. I think Onana is a very good CDM. Plays for Everton. I wanted him at Liverpool as backup for Fabinho. But
yeah, Onana played it, and guess what? He got yellow, which means he's now suspended. So
yeah,
you've got no Onana now against Croatia. So that's.
I think Belgium was gonna lose that to Croatia anyways. I think this Belgium team, Thomas Meunier, he's not good enough. Thorgan Hazard, he's okay, decent. The better Hazard, by far, the better Hazard. Thorgan Hazard is better. And Batshuayi is decent. He has scored goals for Belgium, obviously good for Fenerbahce in Turkey. But I think this Belgium team is finito. They're finished.
They are, in my opinion, the most overrated national team I've ever seen. You probably know us and Belgium have a rivalry, so I don't like Belgium, so I want them to F off. But they are overrated, so overrated. Eden Hazard is finished. They're dead food.
The thing about Belgium is they're like the golden generation England, like the Sven-Goran Eriksson England. Overrated I've ever seen, like one of those two.
Exactly. People saying, this is what I don't get, Ryan. Belgium for years were like 1 to 2 in the rankings. They've not won anything. How are they ahead of France when France won the fucking World Cup?
I don't
Just
know.
don't get it.
It befuddles me, but I don't understand why the FIFA rankings are so weighted the way they are and how they're worked, because it doesn't even seem like it's legit points. It's just like, hey, who's doing good right now? And it seems like it's crony, but I just have a feeling.
Listen, it's really, really hard to predict, to see what's going to happen. But for me, I think. But I'll ask you, each of you, each before we move on to the next game, the last game, and I'm also going to about some of the earlier games that we haven't covered in the roundup. I'll go with you first, Reasons Boss. Just give me a simple yes or no answer. Are Belgium going out in the group stage? It's a hard one. It's a hard one.
Just remind the viewers and subscribers as to the lay of the land regarding that group, please.
Okay. I'll have a look at the group stage right now. I'm the multicultural. Ryan wants me to make you a thumbnail, but let's get the World Cup group up.
Jersey Boy, when is the preview and predictions for the?
We're doing it all today in the same show.
Okay.
Okay. So here we go. Reasons Boss. This is the group. Belgium are on 3 points. Morocco on 4. Croatia on 4. Goal difference. Croatia third. 3 goal difference. Morocco 2. Belgium -1. Canada -4. So, yeah. So basically, Belgium need to win. Croatia, Morocco on 4 points. Belgium on 3. That's the group. Reasons Boss. And
the shakedown is that what we're going to have. Is it going to be Belgium against Croatia the last game?
Yeah, yep. Belgium, Croatia, Canada, Morocco.
Well, I always was looking forward to this group. I didn't expect it to turn out as it has thus far. I tell you what, on the basis of what I saw from Croatia, I think that they are the better abled, ready team to progress to the second round. In the brackets, I did have Belgium and Croatia after 2 games. I think going into a third, they are best placed mentally. Luka Modric picked up a silly yellow card. Who was that guy? Hey, Ryan, was it Miller, the big defender who made the mistake? I tell you, Canada's got a lot of building to go in terms of the squad depth. I mean, he looked a pretty big guy, and I saw him remonstrating. I heard the camera and the audio catch some of the words he was exchanging as he picked up the yellow. But I went away from the screen only to say again.
Kamal's a tough center back. Kamal Miller, he's tough. Okay.
He was standing for nothing, though. It would have been a no contest against Luka Modric. So not so much of a challenge, but when the ball went through his legs, I looked away from the screen at the time. I saw the replay and I thought he was huffing and puffing to get back. Showed a lot of heart, but I'm thinking Croatia and Morocco surprised me. And I love their fans. They're really ebullient fans. Belgium have disappointed too much, and I think that we can only expect disappointment from them at this stage. And I am a connoisseur of football. I like Belgium at their best. Remember, Belgium knocked out Brazil in 2018. So as much as we are despairing and poo-pooing their number 2 and number 1 status of years gone by, they were a crack unit, and to beat Brazil, it takes some doing, and it took a performance from Thibaut Courtois to all of those players who were involved. Belgium could be going home, and I don't think there would be any arguments about it. Who's going to take the second place? I'd like to see Morocco. For Africa's sake, I'd like to see Morocco go through. But I'm hesitating because, having said that, Canada are their opponents, and I doff my cap again to, Ryan, 2 games played. I know we want to go through the predictions, but please, I just extend the word again regarding Canada. The first game, I thought they just lacked the cutting edge. Everything else was on point, but at the highest level, that cutting edge, we didn't see too much of David and anyone else to make the difference. Davis missing the penalty was a tough look. But then the second game, Croatia came to the party.
Yes.
I predicted Croatia 2, Canada 1, and that's where my predictions started to come into to kick into gear. And they really went to town. I mean, Kramaric, that brace, quality on show. What do you make of the Canadians after the 2 games, and what do you expect from this third game? Because that might be a decisive game in terms of who goes through. So this group is still alive and still as exciting as I thought it would be. But my heart says Morocco and Croatia. Those would be 2 deserving teams to go through. And Canada, though, I think still think that they've got a part to play. How much of a part? Ryan, over to you.
I think Morocco will still get out of the group, but I think a draw would be enough with Canada to get them out of the group. They would have 5 points after that. Belgium, I think they lose to Croatia, which means they only have 3. Croatia would have 7. So I think Belgium does get knocked out of the group. I do think Canada will have I think they'll have a good performance against Morocco. I think they need to at least have a somewhat better performance to at least build something out of going into the next cycle, the 2026 cycle. And I think Herdman won't let them slip. I think he will definitely say, let's play this through. Let's have some fight. Let's do what we can. If we get a point, if we win, that's great. If we end up losing, so be it. But I think when it comes to the Morocco game, I think Canada will come with a fire where they show that they're not done. They're not giving up just because they're out. I think they're going to fight through the 90 minutes, see if they can spoil anything, and see how that rest of the group turns out. But for me, I think Morocco will get a draw off of Canada. I think Morocco is a very good team. I think it's going to be I can't say a goal fest, but I think Canada definitely could score more goals on Morocco than they did Croatia or Belgium, but Morocco could score 2. I say 2-2 probably in that third game against Morocco. But with that being said, I think Canada can get a point off Morocco. I just don't see them winning against Morocco. So I think Morocco still gets through by the skin of their teeth. I think it goes their way. Belgium gets knocked out. They disappoint, which I had them disappointing and getting knocked out of the group in third place the whole way through. But with that being said, I got to tell y'all, I need to jump off. Gonna eat.
No worries, Ryan.
See y'all. It was nice to be on here.
We'll have you again if you're free for the group stage roundup. We'll do the group stage roundup next.
I got some stuff to do later, so I don't know if I'll be free for that. Or the group stage roundup, you said.
No, yeah. So we'll do it at the end of all the group stage games.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I'll be free for that.
All right, cool. Just let me know, all right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. See you, Ryan.
Take care, Ryan.
All right, let's move on now to the certain person who's not here at the moment, team who, just by the skin of their teeth, managed to still be in the World Cup thanks to Japan effing up. Because if Japan didn't F up, Germany are gone. I thought Spain deserved to win that game. Spain was so good. They were dominant. They had so many chances. Spain brought on a striker in Morata. He came on straight away, scored a goal. And then Germany did the same. They brought on that a guy I've never heard of who used to play in the Bundesliga too. He came on and scored a quite good goal as well to get the equaliser. For me, Germany were lucky, but Leroy Sané, when that man came on the pitch, he turned everything around. He was really, really playing very well, and he has to start the next game against Costa Rica. He has to start 100%. For me, Spain deserved to win. I think a draw was an okay result. To be fair, Germany, I think, had more chances. But they're still in it. Reasons, boss. What do you think about that? Because Germany is still not out.
No, you don't sleep on Germany. I was in contact with my brother before the game, during and after the game. I'm yet to hear from him. I think he would admit, big up yourself, Naya Bingi, over there in Jamaica, Old Harbour. Big up yourself, one love, sir. Your team lives to fight another day, by hook or by crook. Japan should have done the business, but football's a funny game. It starts 0-0. You never know what's going to happen. And Costa Rica, one shot, one goal. Ryan, could it be a case of destiny? That though this is not a vintage German team, Sebastian, viewers and subscribers, this may be something written in the stars. Not that Germany may win the World Cup or get deep into the final stages, but certainly to get out of the group and to stop national mourning in Germany amongst the football fans. Maybe it's just written in the stars that Spain and Germany go through, and the inexperience still of the likes of Japan to bridge that gap simply has yet to be totally closed. Spain, I know Ryan LFC said he didn't like the style of Spain possession football. What I love, excuse me, what I love about Spain is that they were on first name terms with the ball. They are technically gifted, astute. They know how to make the runs off the ball. They can pick a pass. Young players like Pedri and Gavi, Balde, given license to thrill. I salute to Luis Enrique's resolve. I think their inexperience counted a little bit against them, because they could have put this to bed. They didn't. And, well, I think it just could be written in the stars that Germany go through with Spain. What say you, Seb?
Yeah, I think this game was very, very good from Spain and Germany. I think Germany, they did okay. They should have won at the end if they just can finish like Fulkrug did with that goal. It was a very, very good goal. Of Spain, very, very good team with Gavi, Pedri, Busquets in the middle, who still is balling out at 35 years old, I believe he is, or 34. And obviously Rodri at centre back, which I think he has done great at centre back. I think the problem with Spain, these two teams, they don't have a striker who they score like Germany had with Klose, Mario Gomez, and obviously Spain with David Villa. Oh, he was so good. He was so good. Morata scored. The strikers stepped up today, and that was very, very good to see, because teams need a striker to come and score in the World Cup, and I could see Spain going far in this tournament. It will be interesting if they somehow play England in this World Cup to see how that match would go. I think Spain would beat them with their possession, but who knows? I think this Spain team is very, very good under Luis Enrique, who is a very, very good manager. Takes too many Barca players, which I don't like that he's doing it, because you need some Real Madrid players also to get the winning mentality that Real Madrid has. Obviously, not saying that Barca have winning mentality; they're in the Europa League, so.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant.
I think
Spain, you had to get a dig it there.
Spain's attack is decent. I think Asensio were pretty decent. I don't know. It was Ferran Torres also. He's a very good player, but he had
the fantastic chance. I don't know how he.
No. The two goalkeepers for me was kind of meh this game. Obviously, Unai Simon, who basically nearly screwed it over for Spain and Germany won. Same with Neuer, to be honest. I don't know.
No man's land.
Simon's a really interesting goalkeeper. Simon, every time I watch him, I was watching that game and I'm thinking, what are you doing? He loves that ball. I mean, talk about being on first name terms. He's not afraid at all of passing the ball out like an outfield player. And I know that Enrique appreciates a ball handling and possession goalkeeper, but he almost takes it to the extreme. Some of the things I saw him doing, I was thinking, get rid of it, or hit it long, or do. I tell you what, I mean, it might come to bite him. I mean, that save against then was it Musiala 1-on-1 when it struck his
beautiful save.
Wow, very intelligent. But he waited, made himself big, waited, and once Musiala pulled the trigger and went for power, bang, just got himself in the way, and that was wonderful save there. But I thought at that moment, Germany, but you see, it's Germany, and Germany seem to find a way more times than not. And I thought, that's your golden chance gone. And I thought, Spain, put it to bed. You know that Germany are still fighting. They're not going to lay down, but they scrapped away. Spain didn't find that killer third goal, and it cost them, or second goal, and it cost them. But they should still go through. But it's been a funny old World Cup. It's going to be a case of last man standing. As we look around at the review, there's a handful of teams that we'll probably identify as we go through, that you have no doubt of the quality and what they're bringing. They're not leaving anything to chance. Those are the teams that are going to qualify, want to qualify, know they're on a mission, and the quality will out. It will always show out, and they're on a mission. They've got preparations right off the pitch and off the pitch. France are one of those teams, though there were teams that were ahead of them, including the team I'm supporting.
100%. But listen, going on to that, Reasons Boss, we've now done the full roundup of today's fixtures, but we haven't done a roundup show in a little bit because, one, computer issues. Two, there's been a little bit of a problem with just me doing too many streams. But Reasons Boss, talk to me about Brazil-Serbia. Ryan's calling me on the phone right now, so I have to answer it. But while I do that, talk to the Reasons subscribers and Sebastian and me about your wonderful performance versus Serbia.
Well, thank you very much, Ryan, for acknowledging the quality and caliber of the performance. The performance, may I say, of both teams, Serbia and Brazil. There was no red carpet being laid. Both teams went for it, looking to get something from the game. But the long and short of it was, we saw the Jogo Bonito. We saw a steely resolve. We saw a well-oiled machine starting to take shape. We saw the depth and strength of this Brazilian squad. We saw that Brazil don't rely entirely on Neymar Jr. He is a difference maker. He can make the Seleção tick. But when you've got the likes of Vini Jr., Richarlison, Casemiro, I was struggling to find him during the watch along. Some of the silky moves Casemiro was producing had me wondering, who is that guy? That's not Paqueta, but who is that guy with those still silky moves in the center of midfield? It's the same Casemiro who struck the crossbar inches away from making it a 3-0 win for the Seleção. Alas, as a result of this wonderful performance by Brazil, they took time to find their rhythm, but that was in part because it was their opening salvo of this Qatar campaign, but also, man, those tactics, I need to get, Sebastian, viewers and subscribers, please, can someone give a balanced view on the antics of opponents who consistently seek to do a hatchet job on Neymar Jr.? Sure, he likes to do the odd roll. Sure, he likes to dribble and keep that ball close to him, goad maybe at times defenders and midfielders into tackling. But how on earth people don't get red cards, stern warnings, how referees aren't a little bit more on point when it comes to the wanton attacks on Neymar Jr. is something that Chiche actually spoke out about today. He said that referees need to do something for the good of the game and for the good of the likes of Neymar and the Seleção. We need to have some protection and bring a halt to deliberately scything down, kicking out players. It happened to Pele in 1962 and 66, particularly. Kicked out of the game. Sebastian, what's your take on someone like Neymar Jr.? Again, I really don't want the Seleção, the Brazilian team, to be psychologically scarred. We saw what happened in 2014 when Neymar took a knee in the back. That was highly unfortunate. He was having a terrific World Cup. Knee in the back, injured, out, tears from David Luiz and company. And of course, we know what happened in the Maracanã in that semi-final. A thrashing at the hands of, you guessed it, Germany. 2018, terrific by Neymar, coming back from about 3 months out, injured, came back, nursed Brazil through as part of a wonderful team with the likes of Renato Augusto and Paulinho, but thwarted by Belgium. What's your take on the whole issue around Neymar? I believe that he should be able to get and win fouls closer to the penalty area. I think that he's got the ability and maturity that he's shown at PSG this season, where he's let the ball do the talking. He's assisted loads of goals for Messi and Mbappe and company. He's played intelligently and not courted the kind of challenges that we saw at the hands or the feet of Serbia. What's your take on the whole addressing of Neymar? Because Mbappe doesn't suffer from these tackles. Messi doesn't seem to suffer from these wanton tackles. But what's your take on this vexed issue? Again, Chiche says something needs to be done with all due respect and without any prima donna special treatment. What's your take, gentlemen? Because I may be a little bit biased, but I do, again, I strike and maintain Neymar needs to win free kicks if he needs to, closer to decisive areas, not dropping deep, beyond the halfway line, at the halfway line, then trying to, nutmeg a player and trying to jink past a player, only to be hacked, because a free kick in those zones don't make any difference. We've got Lucas Paqueta, we've got Casemiro, we've got Rafinha, we've got Vinny Jr. He can just put that ball into their feet, make his runs, and do his things maturely. But go ahead, gentlemen.
But listen quickly. So Ryan, I'll spend a call later. It's quite funny, but in all honesty, so with Neymar, here's something a bit particular. If you look at someone like Jack Grealish, when he came on for England, he was winning free kicks, but he wasn't winning the free kicks, as you said, really deep. He was winning them on the edges of the box. England could do nothing with the free kicks because there's no free kick taker properly on there except Kieran Trippier. But he was winning those free kicks, and I think Neymar is doing I'm not saying diving, but more like what Grealish does, which is purposely win a free kick. So he's not diving, he's just initiating the contact to get the free kick, which is actually a free kick in that sense, but he's doing it in the wrong areas. He's slowing the game down so much. If you did what Grealish does and do it all around the box or even in the box, then it's even better. But, I think Neymar's a great player. Of course, he's. I don't know what his injury status is. Of course, I think he'll be out for the group stage. But when he comes back, he's got to do what Grealish does. But talk, Sebastian. I've just got to do this thing for a while. Talk.
Yeah, so basically, I think the way Serbian players did that the tackles versus Neymar, I think it was. I was upset because, Neymar is a very good player, and, if he gets seriously injured, it's gonna, it's kind of gonna hurt because he's probably one of the best players this season. And obviously Casemiro, he did what he did. He did the revenge. He tackled them back, and that's what Casemiro does. Tackle the players back if they do foul Neymar. I think this with the refs and other people, they need to do better when people place tackle Neymar, because Neymar, like he could get seriously injured, and that will possibly screw everything for Brazil to know in the World Cup if Neymar gets injured, because we all know about his qualities. Obviously at PSG and Brazil national team, we saw obviously 2014 where he was injured and what happened. So people need to take it easy on Neymar and let him do the thing on the pitch that he loves and enjoy spinning around players like Anthony likes to do, spinning around the ball. I think he's a world-class player, and to see him doing this well as he done this season, it makes me happy, because to see these players doing well, it's enjoy to football, basically. Neymar, Mbappe. And I don't like that when they go this hard on Neymar, but on other players like Mbappe, Messi, Ronaldo, they don't go hard enough on them. They don't tackle that hard. They only go on Neymar, because they know Neymar, he's a guy who mostly, I'm not saying he dives all the time, but sometimes he dives too much. And that's what players trying to do, to put maybe a yellow card or something on Neymar, so he can get sent off or something. And obviously, with the South American players, they go hard on tackles on Messi, like for example Gary Medel and Casemiro. But it's the quality Brazil have. If Neymar's not there, it's pretty outstanding, because you could put Paqueta at cam and then move Fabinho to one of the CDM, play with Casemiro, or play Fred. Like this Brazil's, if we take out Neymar, this Brazil team is still very, very good. And that's why I wanted kind of Firmino to be in the squad, because he's like this number 10 role, which has done at Liverpool, which is pretty good. And I think Firmino with Vini, Richarlison and Rafinha would do as better as Neymar is doing with them, because the quality. I'm not saying that Firmino is better, but they have nearly the same quality, but Neymar has more pace and that, and more skillful. So I'm pretty happy about Brazil winning, because I have them going far in this tournament, and I think, in my opinion, they are now the favorites, in my opinion, to win this whole World Cup. Not because Argentina dropped for Saudi Arabia, but I think this Brazil team has something else in this team. Like Alisson, they have a very good. The fullbacks are not good, but they are decent.
I beg to differ. I mean, I tell you, in terms of the review of that first game against Serbia, I had to doff my cap. I had to say, big up yourself, Alexandro, left back. Big up yourself, Danilo, right back. They performed very, very well. The Juventus duo, they were on the case. Them double, full respect. I was disappointed then to see Danilo pick up another knock. So that was Neymar and Danilo. This is where the strength and depth comes into play. He had to be replaced, and it was a disappointment. I think he's going to be out for the rest of the group stages, which brings him to the likes of Eder Militao of Real Madrid, and possibly Dani Alves as a right back option. But we saw Alex Sandro with an outrageous near 30-yard also effort cannon against the posts of an outstanding, Savic, Milinkovic Savic in goal had a very good game. Parried, unfortunately, into the path of Richarlison and was beaten by a spectacular effort created by Neymar and Vini, and then of course that scissors kick from Richarlison. A wonderful effort this is why after a quiet game for Richarlison, where I was wondering if during the watching on if he should be replaced, but he knows what it's about. Being patient, gaining from the experience gained in the Premier League. These things happen. Defenders and systems can be tight. You've got to bide your time. When the opportunity comes, strike, and that's exactly why he's in this Brazilian team. His mission, his duty, his desire, his goal, his passion is to score goals for the Seleção, and that's what he did. And I was delighted with his performance. Rafinha, interesting performance. What did you make of, if you both saw the game, what did you make of Rafinha's performance there?
Got to quickly say, Ryan's going to go live soon, so we have to move on quickly. He's going to do some very interesting Jamaican content. That's what I'm going to say. Some very interesting Jamaican content.
Okay, so how long have we got roughly? Because we can wrap up and then come again. No problem. Go ahead.
I would say about 5 minutes. So I'll quickly talk about Rafinha, and then we'll quickly talk about England and France, and then we'll end the stream. With Rafinha,
hit the like button, guys. Please hit the like button if you haven't done so. Loving the conversation. I hope you are too, and we look forward to checking out the comments. Go ahead.
He's had a really hard time at Barcelona. I think he struggled a little bit, but he's looking a bit more better for this Brazil team. Sebastian, what do you think about Rafinha?
Oh, very good player, and he has been decent this season for Barca, and obviously for the Seleção. He's just, I think, his finishing, it ain't that bad, but it could be improving, and his pace. He gave the left wing back, I believe. I don't know who he was, the left wing back, and also the centre back. He gave them problems. And this is why Rafinha should start every single game for Brazil. He gives defense problems. And I think he's a very good player. And I think he's gonna step up even more now that he knows that Neymar is gone, and he has to step up even more because, Vini, we know what he can do. And, Brazil, favorites for the World Cup. And I wonder when we're going to do the Mondays preview games.
Yeah, so, no, we'll do that quickly. We'll just talk quickly England and France, and then we'll quickly do the quick preview. So, quickly talk about England. Reasons, boss. England had a fantastic start against Iran. They faced the USA team, and they completely struggled. In my opinion, I think USA deserved to win that game. What's your thoughts on England 0, USA 0?
I think America deserved on merit to edge the game and take the victory. But of course, the hardest thing in football to do is to convert. Pulisic, wonderful strike that hit the crossbar, beat Pickford, all ends up. Weston McKennie, Tyler Adams, terrific performances. Yeah. They out-hustled England. They showed more hunger and desire. It was a terrific second game for America, giving themselves a great chance of qualifying. It's going to go down to the wire with a winner-takes-all kind of scenario against Iran. Don't miss that game. That's going to be really one for the fans, a real East versus West kind of thing, or Middle East versus West matchup. Fascinating. For England, a reality check. Gareth Southgate, he will be under increasing pressure from 6-2 to 0-0. Coming off second best against the United States team. I heard the interviews from the England players, and they were saying, look, we're playing the long game. We may have been a little bit tired. We will off our game a bit. Credit to America, but we've still put ourselves in a great position where it's down to us if we qualify. I expect them to beat Wales. If Iran could take Wales 2-0, comfortably and deservedly so, England, make no mistake about it, that would be the mother of upsets if they don't do anything other than qualify. So when it's all said and done, I just see that as a reality check. We know about the overhyping of the English players. That remains the case. I think when they meet bigger, better opposition, they will revert to a back three when Maguire, Stones, and maybe a Walker come into the equation. But it was a reality check. Now we're shortly going to knockout phase, and things are going to really get interesting. And France may be the bridge too far for the English national team, but we will see. It was a reality check, a sobering reality check.
100%. And welcome back, Yusuf. It's been a while, Yusuf. Yusuf, We need to see you for the World Cup. So, Yusuf, if you want to come on any Watch Dogs previews, let me know. We've missed having you on. But, Sebastian, talk to me about England. Awful game.
Awful. I think USA should have won that, if I'm being honest. USA should have won that. The way USA played, I think they will beat Iran, but I did not predict like that. But
You never know.
England, they won't win the World Cup because Southgate is a huge problem for them. He is probably the worst coach in that group.
Yep.
Like,
No, I will go to USA coach. I think he's a bit worse, but
Well, I thought the US have held to redeem themselves to a degree with that second game. I think
I
Rob Page
do
for
agree.
Wales,
But I just
he
think
came
in
up a bit
terms of
short.
what Southgate has
That's the
done,
best move.
Southgate is better. But in the World Cup so far, it's not Southgate. Southgate's bottom.
probably Greg vibes Berhalter, but
Yeah,
Queiroz, definitely. Queiroz is the best manager in that group.
he's very, very good. But
If England play Ecuador in the round of 16, I think Ecuador could win that.
I don't think they will. But Ecuador, Valencia will give them definitely a problem. But let's talk now, lastly, about the Mighty Blues, the first team
Yes.
to win the group. I've been told the Champions Curse is happening. I've been told France will finish third. I've been told France are overrated with the midfield, with the France are not a crap with no Benzema or the midfield injuries. And despite all that, we won 2 out of 2. We won the group with the first team to qualify. We beat Denmark. We absolutely dominated Denmark. Should have won that game by 3 or 4 goals. And Rabiot, fantastic. They have with Rabiot. Tchouameni, fantastic. Upamecano, fantastic. Canate, fantastic. Theo Hernandez, fantastic. Lloris, fantastic. And also, I've got to give credit to Mbappe. Talk to me, Reasons Boss, about the Mighty Blues. Because I've got it. Brazil-France World Cup final.
That's what I've got, as well as Jersey boy, from when the smoke settles. That's what I've got. But we're taking it one game at a time.
Same as me.
Absolutely.
Talk to me
For
about
France, well, I've got to give you one name. I told you already that Dembele, Mbappe, and Giroud. When you've got those three, you've got half a chance. This guy Thuram, is he in any related to the great defender Lilian Thuram?
Yes, I believe so. Yes.
Really?
His dad used to play for France. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
Well,
father.
was that Lilian Thuram?
Yes, in the stands for the game.
Yeah, he was there watching his son play.
That's his. Wow. Well. Talk about the gene pool. Listen, Thuram was new to me. This Thuram, he showed pace. And was a threat for France. But Mbappe, Jersey boy, you just may have the star. And as a Brazilian fan, I've said it before and I'm saying it now. You've got to give respect and recognize generational talent. And Mbappe is the electrifying pace that guy has, the skill that he has to boot. What I'm impressed with is that he doesn't give up. Sometimes things don't go right when he tries a move. It doesn't necessarily work, or it might be goes out, a throw ricochets off a defender when he tries to zip past the player. He resets and goes again, and at the decisive moments, he is on point. Griezmann, lovely, delicious cross for that second goal. The combination.
People put respect on Griezmann, Reasons Boss. People say Griezmann's crap. The reason why he's maybe not good for club, but when it comes to country, that man, we wouldn't have won the World Cup without him. And Griezmann is a world class for France.
I think Deschamps recognizes that Griezmann does perform and is a different creature, different animal when he puts on that shirt. He knows what's at stake, knows what's on the line, and he's a big team and big game player. Though, let me before that just mention Theo Hernandez. That combination with Mbappe, that could be that could be one of those moments where, for Brazil, we had it when we dropped Juninho in 2002, brought in Kleberson to shore up the center of midfield, and that paid dividends beautifully. But Griezmann is the kind of player that, as a Brazil fan, I don't overly fear him. I respect him, and then I look at what we've got on our bench and what we've got in our starting lineup, and I say, bring it, Jersey boy. I say, bring it. France are a bad boy team. As I said, that's the kind of team I expect and would have no qualms in meeting in the final. And if, for some reason, Brazil didn't make it, France are worthy. The midfield is still an area of contention, and the defense. I think that there's still room for improvement when you've got the missing likes of Pogba and Kante. These are big players. And just like that Spanish midfield, which I think they let to a degree, due to their relative inexperience, I think they couldn't control the tempo of the game sufficiently to lock down, get that steeliness to lock down the Germans and then close it out with an extra goal. This is where I respect Brazil. Brazil with Casemiro, Fregi, Bruno Gomes in the wings. Wonderful performances by Thiago Silva and Marquinhos in defense. They've got the experience, the wisdom, the hunger, the knowledge, and a wonderful manager in Chiche to get the job done. But Les Bleus, Kylian Mbappe, when he scores the goals, just look at him. He's still a young man, but his composure, his cockiness, his confidence, you can take that to the bank. Neymar knows who he's dealing with. The world knows who they're dealing with. Kylian Mbappe is on a mission, and he's not afraid to say it. I want to be a Champions League winner, but right now, this is the biggest crown going. I'm a world champion. I want to retain the title, and I'm here on a mission. That's a dangerous team. Jersey boy, you can take pride in that team. Full respect.
100%. Reasons, boss. Imagine being 22, 23 years old and ending up with 2 World Cups. That's mental at that
That's
age.
Pele country. That's Pele country. That's Pele country.
Mbappe is ridiculous. And we're only 2 games in, and Mbappe is already level with Valencia for the Golden Boot.
He's gonna knock that Harry Kane last World Cup nonsense into history. Consign that nonsense with all due respect. A bag of penalties and deflected efforts. Give me Kylian Mbappe. Give me Romario. Give me El Phenomenon. Give me those Davor Sukas. These are the clinical, classical bad boy strikers. Yeah, man.
Because that Golden Boot, Harry Kane, 90% were penalties, and Mbappe, just those 2 goals, enough were ridiculous. For me, with France, we're very, very good. I doubted Rabiot. Rabiot's been fantastic.
Yes, Rabiot. I tell you what, I was laughing when you said Rabiot. I thought, hey, Jersey boy was cursing that man.
I know,
calling him a bummer, B-U-M.
He was really poor before, but I've got to give credit to Rabiot, because Rabiot, there's 2 games, he's been one of the best players. He nearly scored the goal of the season. He said, I'm going to up Richarlison and try and score a bicycle kick, but slightly went wide. But I was like, Rabiot, I was like, oh no, Rabiot, you could have won up Richarlison there, but it is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. But let's get now into the predictions for the World Cup games. We're going to predict all the games coming up this week and the game next year, because the next roundup we're going to do is going to be the group stage roundup. So I'll start off. We'll go one by one. I'll give a game. So let's go. So
I'm bearing in mind the time I'm going to move with pace and power. Go ahead.
Okay. First of all, we're going to go with you. Reasons, boss. Cameroon, Serbia tomorrow morning.
Draw.
Oof. Sebastian.
Score. Maybe a 1-1. I'd like Cameroon to score.
I don't want another 0-0. I really don't want another 0-0.
You know what? 2-1 to Cameroon.
Ooh, I'm going 1-0 Serbia.
The GOAT is going to score. The GOAT. The GOAT. The GOAT.
Okay, you've got like 50 million goats, but okay. South Korea versus Ghana. South Korea versus Ghana. I've got Ghana winning 2-1. I'm sorry, but that performance against Portugal has to be respected by Ghana. They should have won that game. That was never a penalty. I'm going 2-1 Ghana. Reasons, boss. What are you going with? Ghana, South Korea.
I was disappointed with South Korea in that I was expecting a little bit more on the attacking front. They were very cohesive. They were tight. Came away with it. It was a point they came away with opening game, right?
It was what was the score for coming?
Was that a draw? Was that one of those 0-0 draws?
0-0. Yeah, 0-0. Yeah.
Ghana, delight to see them score 2 goals against Portugal. Half time, I went to the dentist on that occasion. It was 0-0. Looked boring. Got home, turned on the TV. 3-2. I said, "What the blazes has gone on? What the blazes have gone on here?" I thought this was another stone cold 0-0. Ghana, you guys are better than me. Brazil took care of them. They didn't look like too much of a goal threat. So to score those 2 goals, well done. South Korea, you know, I can see this being a 0-0 or a 1-1. Only 1 goal maybe in this game, and let's go Ghana. If they've scored 1-0 to Ghana, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's another draw. 1-0 Ghana, but wouldn't be surprised if it's another draw. Disappointing so far for Korea.
So obviously, you went for a draw. Jersey boy, you went for...
No, I didn't go for a draw. I went 2-1 Ghana, and the reasons was 1-0 Ghana.
Yeah, so obviously, should I bring on the trend? No, because I'm going for a 2-1 to South Korea.
Okay, well, everyone's different. I like it. Next up, we got your boys, Reasons Boss, and your boys, Sebastian. Brazil versus... Oh my God, my computer's restarted.
I want to back Switzerland so badly.
Wait.
But you know...
Hey, rephrase that, Sebastian. Rephrase that. We've got an international audience there.
True.
You're supporting Switzerland. You'd like Switzerland to pick up a victory or at least get something from the game. Is that what you're saying by way of points?
Yeah.
And do you believe that will happen?
To be honest,
that's what we're peddling in, honestly.
You know what?
Tell me.
Genuinely, I think Brazil might drop because Switzerland always give problems to these big teams.
They drew 1-1 in 2018. Coutinho with a wonder strike. Okay. I thought, hello, here we go. Only to be pegged back from a corner.
And then obviously lost Euros. Jersey boy don't get reminded, but 1-1 draw and Switzerland win on penalties. I could see this being a banana skin for Brazil because, you know, I'm not a Brazil fan, so I don't know what you're smoking, Marcel. Brazil would smash England easily, so I think this will be very, very close. I think Sommer versus Alisson. Oof, very good battle. I love both goalkeepers. I think Granit Xhaka will wanna tackle Casemiro.
Oh man! Hey, we don't listen. I'm a Gunners fan. I'm a Gunners fan. I am hoping upon hope. Please, Granit. This is the World Cup. This is the World Cup, the biggest stage, the mother of all footballing and sporting parties. Don't embarrass yourself by showing the animalistic, no nonsense, head loss style. Please bring your A game. Switzerland, you're better than that. You're better than that. Please don't. That's my one fear. I hope that doesn't happen. You're laughing, Sebastian. You're laughing.
Sebastian, shush. Quickly, I wanted to say, I literally, as soon as I went, it's your team Reasons Boss and Sebastian, my computer said restarting. I said, no, why are you restarting now, computer? And I had to quickly find a way to stop it restarting. But
I would love to see something crazy happening, you know. We never know where there's
3-0. I've got 3-0 Brazil. 3-0.
Oh,
Ryan. Well, Jersey boy said, right. Jersey boy, I having worked with you for a decent period of time now, always a pleasure. And what you've just said resonates with the reason why.
3-0.
There's something, there's no banana skin business where this is concerned. Switzerland, you've got to give them respect, and I'm putting full respect
100%,
on Switzerland.
100%.
And that's why Brazil need to be on their P's and Q's and deliver, especially without Neymar. The mental side of this game can be very important. Rodrigo, who I think is ahead of the likes of Firmino, I don't have a problem with no Firmino.
Yeah.
Rodrigo can come in and do a job. Vinny Jr., who got the starting berth in this game against Serbia, if he starts again, I'm looking for him to build upon the confidence that he got from that game where he didn't give up, didn't have a stellar start to the game, grew into the game steadily and confidently, and was instrumental in both the Seleção's goals. The right-footed effort save, parried Richarlison, and then that lovely outside of the boot, Luka Modric style to Richarlison, who finished it off. I'm going at least another 2, could be 3-0. I'd love another clean sheet, but I don't think this is a banana skin. This is an opportunity for the Seleção to stamp their mark and know that as a team, they are not overly reliant on Neymar Jr. They can do this. They want to do it. And let's go, Seleção. E Brazil! E Brazil! Don't get me started. E Brazil!
Yeah, I've got 3-0. Sebastian's going to be crying tomorrow.
Jan Sommer ain't conceding 3 goals, by the way.
Okay,
and Firmino should have been in the Brazil squad. He should have been.
I agree, he should have, but there's too much attack.
How is Richarlison in the squad ahead of Firmino?
Richarlison scored 2 goals versus Serbia, scored the goal of the tournament.
You're asking Marcel what he's smoking? Sebastian, are you asking Marcel what are you smoking?
Look at this season. Who has done better? Firmino or Richarlison? Be honest. Who has been better this season?
But who's been better in the World Cup? Firmino or Richarlison? Oh, Richarlison scored 2 goals. And
Firmino ain't in the squad, so how could he done better?
Jersey boy, press on, Jersey boy, press on, Jersey boy, press on, Jersey boy. Sebastian, Mr. Calvin Lewin, I've not forgotten you. I know the cut of your jib. Don't you worry about that. My goodness gracious me.
Where was Sweden? Where was Sweden in the World Cup? There in a bit.
Okay, so
move on.
Marcel, that's my guy. Bobby the Rod. So I'm going for 1-1 draw as the last time, and Sommer to have an amazing game.
Okay, sure.
All the best, Sommer. You'll be taking that ball out the back of the net at least once. Go ahead, Jersey boy.
Portugal v Uruguay. That's going to be a good game. Good
Ronaldo
game.
Versus Nunes. Ronaldo versus Nunes.
For me, in the game, it was the Uruguay-South Korea. Uruguay, they were so good. There was one, Valverde tried to attempt a shot from 30-40 yards and it hit the post. Ridiculous. Darwin Nunes, of course, playing on the wing. Suarez playing. For me, they looked quite good. I'm not a fan of this Portugal team. I'm telling you, I'm not a fan of this Portugal team. They shouldn't have beaten Ghana because that was never a penalty. And that goalkeeper nearly gave it away at the end. I'm actually going to go for a shock here. I'm going to go Uruguay 2, Portugal 1. Because I have got Uruguay 1 in the group. So I'm going Uruguay 2, Portugal 1. Reasons, boss, talk to me. No, not you, Sebastian. You'd be naughty, so you can't go for second. Reasons, boss, you're next.
I'm going to be as brief as I can. I believe I had Portugal. Yes, I had Portugal topping the group, Uruguay second, leading to a second round encounter against the Seleção. Uruguay disappointed me. Valverde, terrific midfielder. So you see that tackle he put in on the right-hand side when he was giving the old fist pumps. I mean, but that was the standard of the game. When you're giving fist pumps and punching the air because of that, yeah, there's passion and there's passion. I was disappointed with Uruguay's effort. They've underwhelmed, and I'd be more than happy for them to meet up with the Seleção. I'm going 1-0 Portugal, even though they disappointed. To score 3 goals, as I said, from 0-0 to 3 goals. João Felix, Cancelo, Ronaldo. They've got, Bruno Fernandes. 1-0, could be 2-1. I'd like to see some goals. Not predicting too many goals so far. 2-1, I'd love to see a Portugal victory. See some goals, and let's see what these teams have got second time up, because they're meant to be the big hitters in this group. But I think Portugal head it, and I'd like to see them win it and get some confidence and a head of steam going up into the second round. Portugal 2-1 or 1-0. Let's go 2-1 Portugal. Get some goals and keep it exciting.
Go on, Sebastian.
I back Nunes to be the top goal scorer. I'm not going to give up on him scoring this World Cup. I'm for Uruguay to win 4-1.
4-1! Okay,
Darwin
now
Nunes.
I really needed to see what you're smoking.
No, I'm not smoking.
See, look at that. You reason for us to zoom in because I need that.
Uruguay.
Are you on rum, vodka? What are you thinking?
Cancelo
They're
can't
not
defend.
losing 4-1. They are not losing 4-1.
Viewers and
Hell
subscribers,
no.
viewers and subscribers, do not adjust your set. You heard.
Darwin Nunes. Darwin Nunes.
Okay, full screen, Sebastian. You've got to say full screen.
Get in full screen.
Say
What
it
you
again.
said?
Say it again. What's your prediction?
God.
God, no. You know what? I'm going for 4-1 and Darwin Nunes to score a hat-trick.
Okay, there we go. So we got the clip there. So if he doesn't score a hat trick, we're gonna clip you.
Ryan.
You need to hit the like button just for that prediction. You need to hit the like button and just show
Never
that
happening.
you've
Never
been
happening.
on board and begging forgiveness for this man. He goes out on a limb. Be careful you don't fall off that tree. But hey, listen, Sebastian, 4-1 to who? Uruguay.
Look at that. Look what they did in the 2018, I mean, World Cup versus Portugal. They could have won that 4-1. They were so good in that game.
Oh.
They are not winning 4-1.
How do you know Darwin Nunes gonna score a hat-trick?
Listen. I don't know who your dealer is who's giving you all this drugs. I need a number.
Yeah, Saudi Arabia is gonna beat France, you know.
Okay. Yeah. Bye-bye.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Stop it. My
I'm
God.
joking.
You give me a joke.
This is
Alright,
the,
let's move on. I don't want to hear any more your nonsense, Sebastian.
this is the World Cup. Anything can happen. We have seen crazy things happen.
Ecuador, Senegal.
2-1 to Ecuador.
I've got 2-1 Senegal.
2-1 Ecuador. Ener Valencia to score.
Okay. Reasons, boss.
I have been a little disappointed with Senegal. They overcame Qatar eventually, but I've been disappointed. Sadio Mane would have made such a difference. Brings that
100%.
international world-class flavor to the team. They've been lacking. They scored the 3 goals against Qatar, but Ecuador have been the more consistent team. Ener Valencia, he had a bit of a knock. I don't know if he's going to be 100% fit, if he's going to be on show. If he wasn't available for this game, he did come out for the celebrations after that game. But I am going for Ecuador by a solitary goal, very tight unit, very strong mentally. I love the intent they showed against the Netherlands. Yeah, wow, it's all coming back to me. The mental approach, having gone 1-0 down to a wonderful strike by Gakpo, a wonderful strike, a player that I would have put in my World Fantasy League team, but I don't have time for that. I had to focus on the Seleção. I love the mentality of the Ecuadorians to come back into that game and finish the stronger. Should have won the game. Ecuador 1, Senegal 0. Ecuador, strong favourites in my opinion, or strongly fancied to come out of that group with the Netherlands. Let's see how it pans out.
Okay, next up we got a huge game, because I think there's going to be a lot of goals in this one. I'm going Netherlands 4, Qatar 0. 4-0.
5-0 Netherlands. Qatar is awful. They should never host a World Cup. They will never go to a World Cup. Trash team. They're crap.
Actually, if Spain can beat Costa Rica 7-0, maybe we might get 10-0 here, but I think
5-0 to Netherlands. And move on to your prediction, Richbo. Please pick a big one.
I'm going to have to disappoint you, Sebastian. I'm going to put a little bit of respect on the wonderful host called Qatar. Remember, they scored their first goal in a World Cup. Absolutely. And I think that they don't want to go out with a whimper. I think just as we've seen teams like Morocco rise to the occasion with the fans behind them, I expect and would hope and wish these Qatarians will leave their A game on the pitch. The Netherlands, I think that they'll do what's needed to get through. I expect the Netherlands to win the game. But this could be. I'm going 3-1. 3-1. I'm being generous to the Qatarians. I like the Dutch keeper. He's tough. He's a very good quality keeper.
Yeah,
The most
he's been very good. This is his date. I think this is his date. That was his debut for the Netherlands team in the World Cup. His
Wow.
debut.
I've been very impressed. I think he played the first game as well, though. Maybe it's his debut in the World Cup.
Yeah, that was his first game for the Netherlands. That was his debut.
Very, very, very impressed. Very impressed with him. So, was he not the goalkeeper against the Netherlands against Senegal in the 2-0 victory?
He was. But I'm saying this World Cup has been his Netherlands
This World Cup
debut.
is his debut.
Yeah.
Very, very, very good. The Van der Sars have come before him, and he's following into tradition. Terrific. Qatar will be hard pressed to score a goal. I'm going to go 3-0, and if Qatar get a goal, terrific. But I don't think they're going to be overwhelmed. I think they're going to acquit themselves pretty decently because Netherlands just need to do what is necessary to prepare for the second round. 3-0 to the Netherlands, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's even less than that. Not been impressed with their attacking salvos thus far. Memphis Depay, remember, he's only been good enough for half an hour in terms of fitness. The likes of Klassen and Gakpo have not delivered entirely. 3-0 is being generous to the Netherlands. Not overly impressed with them, but let's see. And well done again to Qatar. Great stadiums.
100%. Now we got Iran, USA. Ooh la la. Iran, USA. The clash between those two, I think they're not friends. So that's going to be very heated.
Bro, it's World War III.
I'm going really hot because Iran impressed me so much against Wales. But I've got Wales, I've got USA qualifying. So I'm going to go a very tight one. I'm going to go Iran 1, USA 2.
You know what? I think this will be. Obviously, Iran won the last game versus Wales, which they fully deserve. They should have won 4-0. In my opinion, they were superb in that game. I think they're going to win this 2-0. I think Iran is very good defensively with Kalash Kirash, very good manager. Honestly, Iran, they will make it out of the group for the first time in their history, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's the first or second. But 2-0 to Iran.
No, maybe the second. They did get out of a group. They have got out of a group. I think they topped the group before. I think.
Oh, so I'm going for Azmoun and Taremi to score. 2-0. Bye-bye soccer. Bye-bye soccer. Goodbye soccer. It's out. And go for your prediction. Come on.
Can you mark our cards? If it ends in a draw, before the World Cup started, I went for England and Iran to qualify from the group. With the political upheavals and the antics on and off the pitch, I've warmed a little more to the United States soccer team. I was really impressed with how they came back and the way they performed against England. Weston McKennie, as I said, Tyler Adams, who was the easiest man of the match, Pulisic, every one of them in that team, they really put England into perspective. If it ends in a draw, who goes through? If it ends 1-1, I'm expecting England to defeat Wales. What happens if it ends in a draw?
So
who finishes second?
If you're going on that of England beating Wales and it's a draw, England, Iran go through. It'd be England, Iran. I'm
going to go for a 1-1. A 1-1, Iran go through. But that can go anyway. That can go either way. It's torn me. It's torn me. I went for Iran at the start. I'm going to stick with Iran going through. But the Americans, Pulisic, there could be a moment of magic, a cutting edge. I think the Wales team, just not up to standards. I mean, I'm not impressed with the pace and power of the Iranian attack, but defensively, very well organized, very combative. The cutting edge may be the determining factor. I would, if you push me, give the edge to America. I could see them scoring a goal as opposed to Iran. But the determination, we cannot underestimate the determination of this Iranian team. 1-1, let the cards fall where they may.
Sebastian?
I'm going to say credit to Matt Turner, the Arsenal keeper. He has been very, very good this World Cup.
Okay, let's move on to England, USA. England, Wales. I've got England winning 3-0. I'm just not impressed with this Wales team at all.
2-0 to England. 2-0 to England.
I'm going to join Jersey boy. Could easily go for a 2-0, but I'm going to go 3-0. Let's make it interesting. 3-1. Wales could get something. Don't know where it's going to come from. Gareth Bale,
Daniel James,
James. Who's that guy?
Kiefer
Moore may do something, but I've been quite impressed with the England defense thus far. Things will get tougher down the line. 3-1 England victory. I'm not taking anything for granted. I'll be keeping a keen eye on the performances, but Wales are there for the taking. A limited team. 3-1, being generous to Wales. Thanks and goodbye.
Okay, next game, of course, is my team. Of course, Deschamps confirmed that we are going to fully rotate versus Tunisia, because for us to not get first, we'd have to lose 4 or 5-0 to Tunisia. So it's going to be Mondanao in goal. We're going to because he's got that round of 16 game in mind. He's going to rest Mbappe, rest Dembele, all that kind of stuff.
He's going to rest Mbappe?
Yeah, it's going to rest Mbappe because he needs to.
He's chasing the golden boot, isn't he? Really? Yeah, I'm surprised if that's the case. Wow.
Mbappe might come off the bench and probably score a goal or two, but
Group C first, not Group D first.
I've just done the games and it says here, Group D, Tunisia, France is first. So I'm gonna go 2-0. 2-0 to France. I think with Mondana will keep a clean sheet, and I think Thuram is going to score his World Cup goal for his dad's, and I think I'm going to go Saliba header. I'm going to go 2-0.
I'm going 1-0. I'm jumping in 1-0. What happens to who comes second in this group?
So let's have a look at the table. So it all depends on. So let's have a look. So Australia. Oh, as it currently said, Australia going through with France. Yeah, sorry. Apparently, yeah. So France, Australia's kind of going through. Denmark need to be Australia. If Tunisia win, and Australia win, it's France. France. Tunisia, because Tunisia have got a better goal difference. So
if Tunisia lose and Denmark overcome Australia, who goes through?
It's going to be Australia and Denmark, because Denmark on 1 point, so they'll be on 4 points.
You know what? I'm going for 2-1 to Tunisia. I think they needed this more. I think they
I would not be angry if we lost. Because we're still through.
Very much. Plus, the Tunisian fans, they will push the players, and obviously when the opponent team
and
has
who
will
want it more? It will be Tunisia, because France know they've qualified, they're through 16, they won the group, they can relax. But so, I still think we will win.
2-1 Tunisia. So the next game,
I say 1-0 France. By the way, 1-0 France. I'm saying 1-0 France. France have got too much pride as world champions. They may be pushing for places for selection for the next round of games, and even including coming off the bench. I think that wouldn't be a good look for the team if they do come out second best against this limited Tunisian team. I'm going 1-0 France. As a Brazilian fan, if they want to lose that game, that's more blood in the water, no problem at all. But 1-0 France. I'll be interested to see.
The Aussies versus Denmark.
Great Australia, well done. They have done fantastically well. Plucky, incredible. Thoroughly deserved their victory. Denmark, I predicted to go through. I'm going to stick with them. They've got to get this job done. Bring their A game. Australia may run out of a bit of puff, though I like the Australian Graham Arnold, the manager, talking about, listen, guys, this is not over. We've still got unfinished business. That might make for the upset. Wait a minute. Based on that, what happens with a draw? What happens with a draw if Australia draw with Denmark? What happens? I'm going for an edge for an upset here. A draw. What happens?
If it's a draw, it's France Aussies.
I'm gonna go out for it. There's been shock, so I'm gonna go onto the shock bandwagon. A draw, Australia somehow. I don't see Australia scoring more than one goal, so this could end 1-1. But Denmark, if they put on the spirit of Croatia, their talent will come through. And if Australia don't run out of puff, this is history in the making. Go for it. Japan's trying to make history. Australia's trying to make history. To Australia. Wait, what? Have I taken, Jersey boy, have I taken leave of my senses? If I say Australia end up coming second in this group when the smoke settles, have I lost my marbles?
No, you haven't.
Wow.
It's currently how crazy, isn't it? Australia was second place.
They should not, on merit, I mean, on merit, they shouldn't be ahead of Denmark. I'm trying to think who no, Christian Eriksen. Hey, Aussies, sorry, close but no cigar. Denmark, Christian Eriksen, those guys prompting, pushing. It's going to be a close but no cigar. Come on, Eriksen. 2-0 Denmark.
You know
I've
what?
gone same as you. I've gone same as you. I've gone 2-0.
You know what? I'm going for 1-1 draw, and that means in my prediction, I think
Aussies go through.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
So if
No, I think
Sebastian,
Tunisia go. No,
with
if
who?
Australia and
no,
Denmark
because
draw.
he's got France to lose. He's got France to lose.
That's, I was
France to
wondering.
lose, and
Yeah.
you're going Tunisia to go through. If that happens, Sebastian, I
Wow.
want you to go to the lottery, and I need to get your lottery numbers, please. Be appreciated.
Wow. That's the beauty of football. That's the beauty of football. We never know.
Next game, we got Poland, Argentina. Oof, that's a great game.
Wait,
I'm
wait,
going
before that,
another two. I'm going 3-1 Argentina. Messi to score
wait,
again.
before that, before I give my prediction, if Australia draw with Denmark and Tunisia win, like how does that work?
On goal difference, they'll be both on the same points, but at the moment they've got a better goal difference.
Okay, oh yeah. So I'm going for Argentina to win 3-1 and Messi
I've
to
got
score.
3-1 as well. We've got the exact same. We've got Messi score 3-1. What about
Messi-
you, Reasons Boss?
1-0 Argentina. I just personally want. It's an interesting one, isn't it? As a Brazil fan, of course I don't mind Argentina struggling, but I acknowledge that Argentina, at their best, are one of the best teams in the world on current form. Messi brings that X factor. Fernandez, wonderful strike, and they've got more talent than we've seen thus far. Poland, I've always flattered to deceive, and Lewandowski and Milik, they may make things difficult, but 1-0 Argentina when it's all said and done. That's been generous. 1-0 Argentina, showing their steely resolve. So that could be squeaky bums time. If it goes the other way, it could be problems. 1-0 Argentina. Well, does that get them through?
Yes.
1-0. Poland, I've just never been impressed with Poland. Can't wait for the next round of predictions regarding Mexico. Who's going to join?
Saudi Arabia, Mexico. I've gone
Ooh.
2-1 to Mexico. Mexico to.
Ooh, I've gone 2-1 to Saudi Arabia. I'm not impressed by Mexico.
I'm not impressed by Mexico either.
I'm not
Will they
either,
be-
but I just have a feeling they will get a win somehow.
Nah, Jersey boy, you're mental. Saudi Arabia is coming. They're coming.
Okay,
And
whatever
you know
you
it.
say. No, I don't. 2-1. Reasons, boss. You going?
What happens with a 1-1 draw? I can't see too many goals in this game.
Okay, I'll have a look.
What
So
happens if with a
1-1 draw.
Who goes through?
It
Saudi
depends
Arabia,
it depends on goal difference. There's a goal
There we
difference
go.
because Argentina would win the group. Poland would be on 4 points. Saudi Arabia would be on 4 points as a draw. It all about the goal difference. Poland have a goal difference of 2, so they've scored 2 goals, conceded none. Saudi Arabia have scored 2, but they've conceded 3. So yeah, so it would be Poland and Argentina for draw. Saudi Arabia have to win.
I don't see them win. I can see a draw. I can see a draw, but again, this is the beauty of the World Cup. Who wants it more? Saudi Arabia had a golden opportunity. I think they should have tried to take something away from that Polish game. They missed a penalty as well, didn't they? Goodness gracious.
Yeah, Lewandowski.
Yeah, Mexico have not impressed me. I don't know how many goals they're going to get. Saudi Arabia are going to be up for it. Mexico's going to be up for it, but can they actually deliver? A draw. I can see a 1-1 draw there, which means Poland and Argentina. Is that right?
Yep, Poland and Argentina. Next up,
Let's see.
we've got Croatia and Belgium, and this is where Belgium will pack their bags. I'm going Croatia 2-1.
2-0 Croatia. 2-0 to Croatia.
Reasons, boss. Croatia, Belgium.
I'm going to join you on a 2-1 to Croatia. I'm gonna stop right there. 2-1 to. In fact, I'm tempted to even go 2-0. You know, I've just been disappointed. 2-0 Croatia. They sealed the deal by any means necessary. 2-0 Croatia. Belgium, talented. They should score, but I don't see them going any further. Packing their bags as well, unless something really goes and turns around for them.
Canada, Morocco. This game now, Canada at the World Cup. I should have a sneaky feeling in my belly right now that Canada are going. The one time it does not matter, they will turn up. I'm going 2-1 to Canada because I just feel they will win when it doesn't matter anymore, which I believe means Croatia and Morocco still go through. Well, no, wait. Let me have a look at the table. If according to my predictions, Croatia win. Yeah, so it would. According to my predictions, it'll be still Croatia and Morocco.
I'm going for 2-2 draw. I'm going for 2-2 draw.
Yeah.
What was the last game with Morocco? Who did they? Who lost it? Who did? What was the result?
2-0. They won 2-0 against Belgium, Morocco.
Wow. Oh, I can see the celebrations. Come on, Morocco. Do it for Africa. Canada, CONCACAF, they've done very well. Just not confident of their cutting edge. Alphonso Davies, terrific player. Just don't think they've got enough of a cutting edge. Morocco have got a sniff for it. Morocco to edge this one 1-0. But wonderful effort by Canada. And if they score, again, I'm going to be the first one to shout and blow the roof off. Come on, Canada. Come on, Canada. You've acquitted yourself fantastically, really well. You've left the mark already. Will you be able to go the extra mile? Morocco to go through.
Next one is where it gets really spicy.
Does it?
Japan, Spain. I'm going 3-1 Spain. I think Spain have really, really, really impressed me. I'm going 3-1 Spain.
You know what? I'm going for a kind of not a shock, but 2-1 Japan.
That's a shock. What do you mean that's not a shock? That's a shock.
Beat Germany, but 2-0. 2-1 to Japan. 2-1 to Japan, and Ito is going to score. Moriyasu is going to get it right, and they're going to win 2-1.
In your dreams.
Viewers and subscribers. Sebastian is giving you value for money when it comes to entertainment tonight. He is giving you value for money in Ryan LFC's crying absence. I tell you what, he's doing a nice line in comedy, Jersey boy. He's got a nice line in comedy, Jersey boy. Sebastian, when you're putting your next concert, man, give me a free ticket. I'll pay £2.50. I'll pay a £5 to get in to listen to you.
No,
my Lord.
You're good.
Anything can happen. It's the bloody World Cup, and Spain.
But you're either a comedian.
Will win this game and go through.
Either you're a comedian, you've got the best drugs available, or you've got the best alcohol available.
I'm not at all.
Okay, so
Spain 2, and I don't know if Japan have got. I was so disappointed with their effort. But will they raise their game? I'm assuming they're going to raise their game because they must have been disappointed. But I'm going Spain 2, Japan 1, and that's closer than it ought to be because Spain should take care of this Japanese team who just lacked the nous thus far. That second half performance aside, we've not seen enough to give them the edge over Spain. Spain 2, Japan 1, but Japan would be delighted if they get away with a draw in that. And I don't think that would be enough to take them through. Is that right, Jersey boy? Would a draw take Japan through? There's a question. What would a draw do?
It all depends on Costa Rica, Germany. We'll get on Costa Rica, Germany. I've gone 4-0 to Germany. I think Germany will start Sane. They will start that striker who came on today because they need a starter striker, and they will get it right. I think 4-0 Germany, and Germany will
Even
qualify.
though
Germany, 5-0 to Germany.
Hey, what's going on here? Don't you think that Costa Rica's going to have all men on deck?
No chance.
Did you see Costa Rica versus Spain?
Yeah, but did you see Costa Rica come back and bounce back against Japan? No
Or
way
maybe
through. No way
Germany,
through.
They
100 goals and
could get a result here, but I
Germany's
just
gonna
think
win
they're
that.
going to get demolished by Germany. Germany are going to be winning they're going to want to prove a point and go,
No,
we
Germany
are
is angry.
next time.
Germany is angry, and you don't like when Germany is angry. You don't.
He
like
will
it.
make changes. He will start Sane. He will start.
Flick. He will pick a team, which means he's pissed off. He will take the best team, and he will smash Costa Rica.
I'm going. What would 3-0 do? I'm going 3-0 Germany. I think at this stage they'll do what's necessary to go through, but Costa Rica, they won't give up hope of. I don't know. What's the motivation? What would 3-0 do for Germany? Would that be a goal difference affair?
Well, no. It all depends. If you're going Spain to win, right, or you're going Spain to draw?
I'm going Spain to win the game. Spain to win their game 2-1.
So no, yes, it'd be Germany. Germany will go through on 4 points.
That's what I'm going for. I think Japan blew this opportunity, but let's see. I think they blew the opportunity, but let us see. It would be a shame on Spain to. I say Spain. I don't know. Could Spain even entertain the prospect of? I didn't say deliberately, but could they slack off? Could they slack off?
I don't think they will. They will 100%. They will not make. I think they would make any changes because they need to win. Spain. The drawing, so I don't know, but let's go on. South Korea, Portugal.
How many games have we got? South Korea, we've got a lot of games there. Interesting.
No, this is the last of the group stage. I'm going South Korea 1, Portugal 3. Sebastian,
I don't know where South Korea are getting a goal from. 1-0 Portugal.
Turn ups. You can win a Portugal, Sebastian.
I'm going for 1-1 draw.
Oh, you're going interested. Okay, Ghana, Uruguay.
Yeah. Luis Suarez is gonna do the humble thing again, and it's gonna be karma, and they're gonna lose 1-0.
I want to see this Nunes character actually do something in a Uruguayan shirt. I have been disappointed with Uruguay's output so far. I am going for Uruguay to go through. I want them to go through. So a victory, 2 goals to 1.
You know what? I'm going for 2 goals to 1 also. Now that I saw that
Actually, I'm going to change my prediction because I predicted Portugal to win the group. No, you've got to win the group, so I've got to change it. I'm going to go 1-1 Portugal. And for Uruguay, I'm going to go Uruguay to win 3-1. I think Kudus will score.
Imagine if Suarez does the humble thing again and Uruguay go through.
Serbia, Switzerland. Right,
1-1 draw. 1-1 draw.
So you're going to draw. I'm going 2-1 Switzerland.
0-0. I don't give 2 hoots about it. When I say don't give 2 hoots, those guys will be scrapping away. Wait a minute, Serbia did the 0-0. I could see a 0-0. What happens there? Could be a 1-1. 0-0. Hold on. Someone will need the result. What happened? 1-1. If it's the last game in the group, I'm anticipating that both of them will be going for trying to get a second place and qualify. So that would be a live game, in my opinion. What would happen with a 1-1? I see a draw. I can't separate them.
It's hard to see because Brazil have only played 1 game, so I can't really calculate it.
It's a difficult one. I expected Brazil to be flying and to get a qualifying position. Can't split the 2 of these guys. Mitrovic is so important to the Serbians. Didn't see enough of their attacking flavor. Alisson wasn't tested sufficiently for me to go out on a limb. Switzerland, they've got a really good World Cup strategy, and in terms of World Cup situations, they know how to acquit themselves. I'd like to see them progress further. I wasn't happy with what Serbia did. So on that basis, I want Switzerland to beat them. So I'm changing it around again. Come on, Switzerland. Switzerland 2, Serbia 0.
Ooh, okay, and then we move on.
Come on,
to
Switzerland.
Your team. I'm going Cameroon 0, Brazil 5. 5-0.
What are you? Hey, what kind of a message are you trying to send out, Jersey boy, man? What do you mean 5-0?
I really rate Brazil. I think Brazil will torment them. 5-0. Come on. I like Cameroon, but I just have a feeling that
5-0 Brazil. Cameroon is not that good. 5-0 Brazil.
5-0
And Brazil's gonna smash Cameroon, and Brazil is gonna do something that they will wanna do every single time. Smashing Cameroon 5-0. Seleção is going for it.
5-0, yeah.
Brazil 3. I like to keep a clean sheet. Brazil 3, Cameroon 0. Putting a respect on the African contingent. Their manager has got some passion and heart. But Brazil 3, rolling into gear nicely for the second round while taking nothing for granted. It's going to be, as always, worth watching this Brazilian team. The steel mixed with the flair is a joy to behold. The confidence that they've got, wonderful to see. Let's hope again that they perform without Neymar Jr. He's going to be on the sidelines. He'll have been giving them encouragement in terms of the preparation. But I want to see the guys who are out on the pitch and the subs all play their part and know and believe that they can do it. They're on a mission. Viva Brazil.
All right, so that's it for the predictions. We will do another roundup show at the end of the group stage. So we'll have a roundup show and then we'll stop predicting once we know who is around the 16. Thank you, Reasons Boss, for joining. Thank you, Sebastian. Thank you, Ryan Anderson. Tomorrow we'll be live. So the watch-alongs tomorrow will be as follows. From 12:30, we'll be doing... so watch-alongs tomorrow will be 12:30. From 12:30 we'll do South Korea, Ghana. And then live from 3:30 we'll do Brazil, Switzerland. Reasons Boss, if you'd like to join the Brazil watch-along, you're more than welcome. I will get Ryan to send you the link if you would like to join me tomorrow. And Sebastian for Brazil, Switzerland.
Thank you. I'll see. I'm checking my diary to see what's going to happen tomorrow. I'm checking about the preparation of the Seleção overnight and leading into the game. I've got a few things to do. If I can join you, happy to. And thank you again for the invitation. And thank you kindly for the wonderful support that you provided, Jersey Boy, on that wonderful watch-along, and all for the comments and subscribers who took part and enjoyed the watch-along. I salute and say full respect to you. And looking forward to another round of excellent games and excellent coverage on Ryan LFC. Rich Post Sports, my personal channel, will be looking to just do a little update on how Brazil are managing preparations wise and a little summation on events in the World Cup so far. But absolute joy. And again, to those viewers and subscribers and commenters, hats off to you, man. You make me laugh and you're giving some really constructive feedback.
Especially Sebastian, because we know Sebastian is a comedian. So
a big time comedian. We didn't know just how much, man. I'm going to enjoy watching the rerun of this
show,
one.
Sebastian, you need your stand-up show, saying Saudi Arabia will beat France.
No, I'm not funny.
Yes,
you don't know how funny you are, man.
I'm not funny. And there's some trolls in the comment. Trolls, Jersey Boy. But watch your step, trollers. Watch your step, Sebastian. Yeah. Listen, it takes some guts to come on shows, and to front up. So let's show a look of respect. We need some order. Order, I say, order.
TGM, if that is you, can you message me on Discord if that's you? Anyways, so the games again we're doing tomorrow. We're doing South Korea, Ghana, Brazil, Switzerland, and Portugal, Uruguay. So 3 tasty games tomorrow. We're going to be doing. So thank you everyone for watching. It's been Jersey, it's been Sebastian, and it's been Reasons Boss. Yes, there we go. TJ, I'll unban your main account, by the way. I'll unban your main account. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you guys tomorrow right here on Wine Sports Classic for more watch-alongs. And again, last thing I've got to do before I go. Where is Sweden? Where is Sweden? Sweden in the bay.